The answer is yes. If you're looking to play a racing game, you should play Forza Horizon 3. Don't believe me? Have a look at this. There I was, barreling through an Australian jungle in my Lamborghini Aventador LP704. An ongoing rainstorm had made the pavement especially slick and difficult to maneuver. Seeing an opportunity to overtake a competitor, I squeezed into a curve when I slammed into a tree. But there was no reason to worry. I simply tapped the rewind button and successfully took the turn. This is the Forza Horizon experience, a perfect blend of exotic environments, player customization, and satisfying racing, combined with some of the most eye-catching graphics and informative interfaces of the year so far. Yes, the Horizon Festival is back, except this time you're the boss. While there's certainly a conflict of interest with an event manager competing in his own races, Horizon doesn't really touch on that. Instead, players are eagerly invited to join the myriad of vehicular challenges littered throughout the gorgeous Australian open world. From muddy off-road circuits to traditional pavement tracks and dangerous unsanctioned street races, Horizon covers the full gamut of four-wheel contests. But its main focus is on the cars themselves. Every vehicle feels different and unique in terms of handling and acceleration, which is further communicated by the finely tuned force feedback of the Xbox One controller. Transitioning from dirt to asphalt requires players to instantly adjust their racing strategy, which is made easier through the tangible difference in terrain. While this might sound like a standard driving game feature, Horizon exceptionally conveys a vehicle's performance and reaction. It's the difference between a burnout and a spinout, a tight drift and an overshot. But of course, there are plenty of races to enter. The objectives are fairly standard: pass your opponent, stay within the checkpoint, and finish in a good position. But in Horizon, how you race is just as important as where you place. High speeds, consistent drafts, and clean racing rewards extra points, granting players more cash, random bonuses, and fans to unlock higher tiers of each festival location. By positively reinforcing the basics of good driving, Forza cleverly educates new players into the nuances of simulation racing. One of Horizon's greatest successes is in the way it caters to both first-time racers and veteran motorists. A series of informative colored arrows display potential maneuvers and speed recommendations. The more accomplished will want to turn off the built-in assets, while scrubs will take advantage of the generous rewind function after a collision. Regardless of talent, Forza delivers a rewarding and engaging racing experience. All of your in-race actions influence your drivatar, an AI racer whose performance is based on your skill. Rather than racing against generic cars, your opponents are based on Xbox Live players. If that sounds intimidating, it's not, as the realism of drivatars can be changed by altering the game's difficulty. The tracks themselves are slices of Horizon's open world, featuring lush jungles, urban cities, and the iconic Outback. Outside of races, players can freely explore each environment, completing extra objectives along the way. Death-defying jumps and intense speed traps offer a welcome change of pace, as do barn discoveries, where unlockable classic cars are hidden throughout an off-road environment. There's always a valuable reason to explore your surroundings. Less successful are the bucket list events, brief challenges with pre-selected cars and weather conditions. They're not bad per se, but they don't offer anything meaningful that isn't already in the main game. And their prerequisites feel at odds with Horizon's liberated philosophy, something that's better represented in the bombastic showcases, where racers are pitted against unconventional competitors such as helicopters, trains, and boats. While there's not much here in terms of strategy, the outrageous spectacle is simply too weird not to enjoy. Lastly, there's Horizon's somewhat disappointing online features, allowing two players to take on all of the solo campaign together or compete against 12 other racers in an online adventure. Trouble is, you'll have to drive to each event in the open world. The inability to simply proceed to the next race is a noticeable omission. But the class-based championships do offer a strong incentive to utilize the robust customization features. In the garage, players are able to tweak every facet of their car's performance, creating a metagame to soup up their vehicles without going over the class requirement. With an impressive amount of user-created designs, style is just as adjustable as substance, making online victories especially satisfying. This is all brought to life through Forza Horizon's incredible presentation, featuring a fantastic light and shadow system, stunningly rendered vehicles, and realistic environments. Yes, its frame rate is 60 frames per second, and its vibrant visuals bedazzle, but it's the gradual representation of speed that makes the gameplay so enticing. Most impressive, though, is how much information is available at all times. Current positions, miles per hour, maps, and laps are carefully overlaid across the screen without obscuring the player's view. The interface is so thoughtfully placed, you might not even notice it while racing. So, is it worth it? Yes. Forza Horizon 3 starts with a solid foundation of simulation racing and customization before ballooning into a vast and varied open world. There's always a new experiment and obstacle to overcome, balancing gameplay between goals and goofing off. With a catchy pop soundtrack and ridiculous challenges, Horizon 3 creates an infectious enthusiasm for all things automotive. Whether you're a gearhead or a thrill seeker, Forza Horizon 3 has got you covered. Forza Horizon 3 is currently available on the Xbox One and PC for $60. If you've had a chance to play it, let me know what you thought, and if you haven't, let me know if you plan on picking it up. My name is Colin and I'll see you in the next video.